On an island surrounded by white beaches and intensely blue water, we stumble across two of the most unlikely people to be locked in a dungeon. For purposes of his own, someone has stolen them both. And now it is up to them to find their freedom and escape. And so our story begins. Meanwhile, in another part of the dungeon, when Nathaniel hears the lift rise, he runs back to see his means of escape leaving him below. But then the lift gets stuck right below the ceiling. Prince Nathaniel is seriously angry at this turn of events. The lift begins to climb, then jerks to a halt again near a hole in the wall. Lorene screams to Nathaniel, "What are you doing?" The lift mechanism suddenly breaks apart, spinning pieces and debris everywhere and closing the door firmly behind Nathaniel, who barely made it out in time. As the lift begins to fall, the princess manages to get out and hold onto the ledge of a small stone corridor. And then there's Lorene, who managed to climb into the stone corridor and now finds herself stuck in a tunnel. And so Lorene climbs safely aboard the ship, only to find the dastardly Prince Nathaniel already there. He is gesturing to her, but she does not understand his message. Nathaniel had hoped to hide aboard the ship until he could figure out a way to get back to the princess, but she blew his cover by pointing out his position. As Lorene is carted away like a sack of potatoes, she throws her necklace to Nathaniel. Cursing silently, he quickly pockets it, vowing to find her again and return it to her, and they get imprisoned again. And now, back to the Princess Lorene, who is not happy to find herself trapped in another cell, even if this one is more elegant. Nathaniel has huffed and puffed his way up the chimney, where he hopes he will finally gain freedom. Only to fall off the stupid thing. Not exactly the most graceful of landings, but at least no one saw. The princess is waiting not so patiently for the prince to come up with the money. Lorene is so thankful to the guard for helping her that she kisses him on the cheek before descending to the floor below. She hopes she is one step closer to freedom. The prince climbs up from the terrace on his makeshift ladder, but the last step breaks, leaving him hanging from the windowsill. Nathaniel almost fell to his death, but he managed to swing in through a window. After Lorene took the shears from the lift, it went down and is now back again. When Lorene opens the trapdoor, she is elated to find Nathaniel down below. Poor man, he must have missed her so much. She imagines the sweet things he will say to her when they meet up again. Yet he opens his mouth and says, "Do you have any fresh flowers?" It looks as if Nathaniel has all he needs for setting the table. Now, if he'd just hurry up. Pulling himself through the trapdoor from the dining room, Nathaniel vows he is never going to climb anywhere again. Lorene is so thankful to see Nathaniel again. The possibility of escape actually seems real when she is with him. Finally, Lorene sees Nathaniel's friendly face again, and it fills her heart with courage to get the heck out of here. Nathaniel is stronger than Lorene thought. In an effort to impress her and save them both, he uses all his strength to open the bridge. Thankfully, it works. Princess Lorene walks across the fixed bridge, hoping she is finally on her way to freedom. But then the gate clangs shut behind her, separating her from Nathaniel. Nathaniel didn't manage to get to the second tower, Now he must find another way to Princess Lorraine. With fear clutching his throat, Nathaniel walks across the tight wire to reach the second tower. But with only feet to go to safety, his foot slips, and it seems all is lost. Luckily, Nathaniel is agile enough to grab the flagpole and swing into an open window below him. He is finally in the second tower. Lorraine is terrified of the strange voice in her head. What if she's going crazy here in this Black Knight's castle? Nathaniel witnessed the whole exchange through the alchemist's scrying orb. In the meantime, Lorraine takes care of the very ill librarian. But all the while, she is anxious to receive the planet's configuration. It is time to go see what Nathaniel and the alchemist are up to. The alchemist keeps his bubble secret hidden. While he adds the bubbles to the tummy tonic, he turns so Nathaniel can only see his back. The librarian looks terrible, but maybe now Lorraine can cure him. The librarian is grateful to the clever alchemist. Too bad he was angry with him for so long. Luckily, the alchemist forgives him and they regain their long-lost friendship. They vow to each other that they will wreak mighty havoc and take their revenge on Ashworth soon. But first, they will help Lorraine and Nathaniel escape. After what seems like forever, Lorraine and Nathaniel finally meet up again. Nathaniel comforts Lorraine after her ordeal, knowing she's a brave woman. But before they can escape, Lorraine must get back to the librarian for a recipe and the ingredients that will hopefully help them leave this terrible castle. And now it appears that Nathaniel must once again use his newfound skills as an alchemist apprentice. Finally, Lorraine has to take care of the situation. Lorraine uses the stone to flesh mixture on the griffin statue, and it works. The griffin comes alive with a mighty roar.